All right, here's a lesson on dancing in the moonlight. So we're going to start out with this kind of arpeggiating, playing one note at a time on this chord, this B minor chord. So I got a capo here in the first fret also. That's going to put you in the correct key with the song. If you don't have a capo handy, then just kind of use these same shapes. This would be a B minor shape right here. But if you want to play with the album eventually, then this is where you're going to go. It's going to kind of make a lot of these chords a lot easier than if you played in the exact key without a capo. So here we go. So I just went up and down that chord, one note at a time. I got my different fingers on different strings. So I go all the way back to the bass note, and then I hit that G string again. And then we're going to do the same thing for E minor. And then A. And then for this D to kind of a C sharp, kind of a bass, moving bass thing. Kind of sounds cool if we do that. We go to like D shape, 2, 3, 2, 2, and then O, 2, 2, O, kind of part of an A chord. Okay, so the whole thing. And then from the little ones first, and then back to B minor, E minor, A, and then we're gonna have a little riff. So that's what we're looking at as it's really the third fret, right? But we're looking at as like kind of the second fret in this context. So 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then open on the second string. That's part of that little riff that starts out the song. So one more time in the intro. 3, 4. Okay, and then we get into the main progression of the song. This is going to be E minor. You can get a little strum going. E minor to A. D to this kind of a C sharp, moving kind of from D to C sharp there. We're going to call this like a O, 2, 2, O for this case. So it ends with that B minor, and then you start over again, E minor to A. D to the kind of C sharp thing, B minor. So this is our main progression now. E minor to A, D to this, we'll call this like a A with a D bass for now. So we got D, A with a D bass, B minor, and then E minor to A again. Do a little finger picking thing like that, and one of those standard kind of picking things, or you can go back to that type of picking. You can mix them around a little bit and come up with your own little ideas, but this would be one I would try for now. Go to A and then do that backwards thing, and then but you could kind of also, when you're going, kind of do the B minor that way. It gives you a couple options. So strumming it. And there's going to be a couple of stops. There's a couple of guitar solos. So when the guitar solo happens, there's a stop at the end of it that starts a new verse. So let's take a look at this solo, what they do. So what we do is we slide into this 12th fret. So we're going to talk about the actual frets, because when you get away from that capo, it makes things a little bit different. So So we're going to slide into the 12th fret, hit a little 11th fret. So the 12th fret of the G string. And then we're going to go back to this 11th fret, slide the 9 to 11 and back. So 9 to 11 and back. 9 to 7 and 9 to 11 again. And then, so we got those little extra notes there. Da, da, da. And then it's going to go back to those kind of notes. Then it's going to go here on the 10th fret of the 2nd string. And that's going to be the ending. Very short solo, and that's where the stop is too. So we got. And then you're back into the. So that would be one of those stops, and a new verse would begin. Of course, you got your finger picking. And like I said, you can come up with your own finger picking patterns. You might do, if you wanted to do that kind of Travis picking one, be like, that's where you start on the outsides. And then you go 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, as far as string numbers. Then we'll go to A. So there's a lot of ways to mix it up. Kind of stick with your picking pattern. So lots of different ways to do it. I'm not saying that I know the best way. They got piano and stuff in there, so it's not always guitar fills or that kind of thing. So okay, so let's take a look at the intro one more time, how we could arpeggiate that B minor chord. So you can do any kind of matter that kind of keeps it going. You could do a slower thing like that. So a lot of ways to do it. I'm going to do the one with the more notes right now. And then bum bum da dum dum dum, and then your verse starts. There's the stop and then the verse. Okay, so that was Dancing in the Moonlight.